So in D block element, we are going to see only some important compounds in transition elements. The one we are going to see is potassium based components, because potassium is very important in D block elements. So potassium based components only we are going to discuss in D block elements, because that is only it is given in your book as per your syllabus. So I'm going to see some of the compounds based on potassium. First one is potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate. So potassium dichromate, we are going to see the properties of potassium dichromate. How we are going to prepare potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate can be prepared from chromate ore. From chromate ore, potassium can be potassium dichromate can be formed. Take a chromate ore, plus if you add sodium carbonate plus more oxygen. For balancing the equation, add this. If you heat it in 900 to 1000 degrees Celsius, we will get 8 Na2CrO4 plus 2 Fe2O3, that is ferrous oxide, sodium chromate plus 8 CO2. Now if you take this roasted element, that is Na2CrO4, on reacting with H2SO4, we will get sodium dichromate with sodium sulfate plus water. So this sodium dichromate can be used for potassium dichromate. Instead of sodium, you have to add potassium, or directly after preparing the sodium dichromate, add KCl to it. We will get K2Cr2O7 plus NaCl. So this is how K2Cr2O7 is prepared from chromate ore. Of the chemical properties we are going to see. What happens when potassium dichromate is heated? On heating, it will turn into potassium chromate plus chromium oxide, Cr2O3, plus oxygen will be evolved. This potassium dichromate will be orange color, physical property, orange reddish crystal. It will only melt at 671 Kelvin. Remember this, it is only melting point is 671 Kelvin. So it will produce potassium chromate. So this is one of the chemical property. This is one of the physical property, changing of the state. Now we are going to see the chemical properties. In chemical properties, we are going to see about oxidation. In oxidation, what will happen? Cr2O7 oxidize. If it oxidizes, turn to chromium plus water. That is the state Cr6 plus, it will change to Cr3 plus. This is called as oxidation state. There are so many examples given for oxidation of chromium. You can read it in the book for further equation. Similarly, instead of hydrogen, you can add a ferrous. Instead of electrons, you can give 6 electrons instead of electrons. What kind of electrons you can add? Ferrous, iodine, sulfur dioxide, stannine, etc. can be added. Now we are going to see important tests we will do in salt analysis, that is chromyl chloride test. In chromyl chloride test, if potassium dichromate is taken, it is added with NaCl plus H2SO4. We will get KHSO4, that is potassium bisulfate plus NaHSO4, plus we will get CrO2Cl2 plus H2O. This CrO2Cl2 is vapor. The vapor will dissolve sodium hydroxide solution, and we will later this is treated with lead acetate, Cr2O2Cl2, and further treated with sodium hydroxide. We will get Na2CrO4 plus NaCl plus H2O. But this Na2Cr2, whatever we found, Na2CrO4 plus CH3COO is given to lead chromate. This is lead chromate. So we have produced lead chromate. This is yellow precipitate. This is what we will do in lab in salt analysis in order to test lead test. If we have to find whether your salt is the lead salt, we have to do this chromyl chloride test in order to find whether we will get if you get yellow precipitate, then this is lead based compound, or lead based compound. So this is plus we will get CH3COO, which is not needed that much. So this is potassium chromate physical properties and chemical properties. Potassium chromate is strong oxidizing agent. Potassium chromate is strong oxidizing agent. It is used in dyeing and printing, leather tanning, used for leather tanneries. It is used in, as I said before, quantitative analysis. Quantitative analysis, that is salt analysis. We will use this salt analysis in lab. We are going to see is next element we will see is potassium permanganate.